Good day, welcome to AYI Training Center. I'm Emery Lukombo. I will be explaining this video from scratch to the end on how can you design a sample house by using a Parttren tools. So to design any city or house or whatever you want to do in Photoshop. So the first thing you need to do is to open your Photoshop, a new document. I'm gonna go to print and open like a A6 or use and create. So I'm gonna create a pattern. Take a shape and draw a shape. Any size doesn't matter. So I'm gonna make it very small, under 60 by 60 pixel. So I'm gonna put the color red, yellow. So change the color to red, and we don't want outline, so the outline must be 0. The next step, I'm gonna go to effect options, blending options, blur, minimize my deep. Okay. Then we go to texture, click on texture. So I'm gonna choose maybe this. Okay, that's fine. And deepness, okay, that's too much. It should look like a layers of the brick. It's up to you. You can choose or whatever you can choose, up to you. Let me change it to this one. Yeah, this one is better. I change it. That's too much. Yeah. Also go to stroke, stroke, and I'm gonna put the color white. Choose the color stroke to be white, and I'm gonna, let me say okay. I'm gonna come back, remove my background so you can see the stroke how it's gonna look. So I'm gonna go back to stroke. Okay, then I'm gonna try to play with my size. Okay, that's too much. Okay, that's good. That's the first step. So the second step now here, I don't need this background. I'll delete my background. I'm gonna copy this, edit, copy, and edit, and then paste it and pack it nicely here, and then edit again, and then paste another one, and also gonna pack it nice. So I'm gonna zoom. So I'm done. Come right click and merge your layers, image, adjustable. Try to make it so that you can see how it look, to make it look like a really brick. Up to you. So to look like a really coloring like a really brick. So when I'm done here, I'm gonna go to my selection tool. When you select, make sure your selection mustn't be out of your view areas. Okay, like here you can see it's in the center, which is I don't want that. Otherwise, if you have a gap, it's gonna appear. Okay, so when I finish, I go to edit, and then I'll go to called define a patterns, and I'll name it my design brick. Okay, then I say okay, my design brick. So I just create a new layer. So next step, I'm gonna create a roof patterns. So I went online on Google and tapped free roofing vector art. So I'm gonna use this one. I right click and then I copy this. So then I'm gonna go to my Photoshop and edit, paste. And you can also create your own roofing, but to save time, I'm gonna use this one. So what I'll do, I'll select this roof here, and then I'm gonna go to edit, and then define a patterns, and I'll call it my design roofing. Okay, so when you're done, I'm gonna hide all this and just display this layer. So in the case if I go to pattern stamp, to my pattern stamp tools, then I will come here. You can see if I pick up here, this is a roof I created. Some of them have been created a long time. I'm gonna select here, so I'm gonna say like this has become my roof. And has become my roof for house. I'm gonna go back and then change to the pattern that I create for my brick layer. So there's my brick layer. Now that's the benefit for the two things now. So from now here, I can go build my house. So now we're done. That's the first step. Step 2, we're gonna go to File, New. Because I'm creating the art, I'm gonna go to Art Illustration. So on the art illustration, so I'm gonna use a full definition, so full 19, and create. Okay, the first thing I need to do is to create my first view of my house. So I'm gonna use a shape, draw my shape. So it doesn't matter, I'm just making a shape. When you finish, then you go to the color. So now you go to the patterns, and you can see all the pattern I created. I was playing for some of the patterns, so this is what I want to use. Now the next step, and I'm gonna put a polygon, and then I'm gonna use a tree, and I'm gonna draw a triangle. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it. Okay, now this is gonna be a roof, so I'm gonna go check layers. I'm gonna come here. I'll say no, I don't want this. I want this as my roof. Okay, then you resize it. Okay, so far I have my face view. So this is gonna be like this. Make a rectangular shape and then draw it somewhere like this. So I want this shape to be on top. I'll bring it on top. So I'm gonna put it a border, a shape border line black. I'll make it about 2-3 pixels, and I'm gonna duplicate this shape, duplicate, and bring this on top. And minimize this to have that view. And I'm gonna draw this is I'm gonna make it like a wall. I'm gonna change it to a roof, and it's gonna be somewhere here, so I must bring it on top. And then we're gonna go to Direct Tool, and we make it like this. So I'm gonna do a shape, but now this shape we're gonna fit it with the wall. My pixel here is 5, so I get the view as my house. But now the problem now here, I want to change the view. If I use a direct tools, if I use a direct tool like this, you're gonna see the brick layer will change, which is look like it's not a really house. It's changed the view. You can see now I can repack it, which is I don't want that. So what I'll do now here, I'm gonna go to Window History, Move Tool. So I'm gonna change this, convert it to raster as layer. It's make it like an image. Then from there I'm gonna go to transformer, and then I'm gonna go to Q. So the Q is gonna allow me to change the view of that. It's almost the same, and then the wall will look like a really wall. Now Okay, that is fun. My next step, I want to create this. So the same thing, I'm going to create a shape. I draw the shape, and this one I'm going to use it with a roof. Go to patterns, and then I'll choose the roof. I'm going to also rasterize this layer. I will say rasterize a layer. I'm going to go to edit, Q, transformer, and skew. So I'm going to get this thing the same way we did with the other side. And this point must come here, and this point must be here, and this must look here, and this must go here. Now you do the same thing on this side. So what I did now here, I'll copy this, duplicate this, and bring it here, but now you must bring it on the bottom of the others layers so that you can go at the back view. Yeah, so far at this level we have the view of the house. Now we're gonna have to make the windows now. So the windows, what I'll do now here, I'm gonna go draw a shape. Then I'm gonna put the shape color. I'm gonna use a gradient, and let me go with a blue. I choose this. Okay, let me use this. Yeah, and we put the color, the border. I'm gonna use a 5 pixel. And then that's so. Okay, I think I'm gonna add more borders. Make it 8, and then resize the window. We can also create something like this. I'm gonna put the line inside. So I'm gonna put this in the group, in the shape, and create a group. So I'll open this group, and I'm gonna draw a black line. This shape doesn't look nice. Let's put something like another shape. I'm gonna zoom and draw a line inside a shape. Another one this side. So when you put all these three, then you group, you merge this group. Then when you merge this group, it become one items. So I'm gonna merge it. I'm gonna bring it here and put the window here and minimize it. I'm just gonna use the same thing. I will duplicate the same duplicate. We have to use a edit for skew, transform, and skew your view. So in this case I'm gonna skew because this I want to look like this. That can be on that side. Then the next step, we're gonna create doors. I'm gonna do a shape or a border, 5 pixel. I'm gonna go to blending options, to style, and use natural effect. Look like a wooden. I'm gonna use this one. We'll make 10 pixel as a border, and I'm gonna go put a shadow and change the angle. Say okay, and go as a bevel, contact, and I'm gonna make it a little bit smooth, the size. So I'm gonna duplicate this and maybe have like 3 doors. As a shape, we use a direct tool to make it like a garage entrance for the garage. Let's make it like we got a Parttren on the floor. Example, I went online, any nice styler, but image mostly are copyright. I just want to create a vector for this view. Let's example, I like this lightning, so I'm going to copy this image, which is in the case of business actions, you need to have your own image. You can create any of this if you take your time on Photoshop, but for purpose for saving time, I'm going to use this image. I'm going to go to edit and then paste it. I'm going to go to select tools, just some view and create a pattern, edit, define a patterns and call it Tyler and delete this. So I'm going to go to my shape, patterns, and then I'm going to look for the one I create and create a nice background like this, rectangular, and create 2 then 0. Just look something like this, and I'm gonna go make it a border. Border. I think it's nice. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate it. Another one here. Next step, then what I'll do, I'm gonna go take a triangular, then decide what must I use on this as a roof. I'm gonna go to change this view. I'm gonna put it like with a border black. Yes, as you can see now here, the video changed compared to the beginning. So all I did, I just went in here at 10 on the stroke, the border of my, just add 10 pixel, and also black, and so go to here and then change to color black and 10 pixel. But in this case now here, this was already converted to image. What to fix it, what can we do? We can just create a shape, a small shape of 10 and change it to color black, and then turn it and pack it nicely, but it must be the same length. Now the same thing here, I use the same shape, I put on top here to hide, make it different. And this one, just put a shape on top and put it a border black, and you pack it nicely. This was not here, so all I did, I just duplicate this layer. After duplicate the layer and bring it down and resize it and pack it where I want to pack it. That's all I did. So we can duplicate this bar, duplicate, and bring it up. More better than this one. So this is a short tutorial, it's not like something that bigger. So when you take your time, you can do something more better, more beautiful than this one. Okay, firstly, most of the time save your design. Like I'm gonna save it as a house, and I'm gonna save it as a PDF. So this has been saved as a PDF, so I'm gonna hide this, and I also don't want this, the background. Then I'm gonna merge the visibility, You only do this one when you're happy. Now this has become one house, which is in the case that if I want to create a multi-house, I can use the same house and create like a small city. I can go to image, adjustable, curve, and try to make it look more beauty, attracting. Layer, create another house, duplicate. So you can create a nice city using a Photoshop, but now you can try to change the color. I can go back to the PDF and change the color of my brick layers and change everything and modify it with different houses. So we saw this image. I'm going to put it as a background to make it like a cloud, and maybe I'm gonna resize like this, pull it there, and it look like another view. Now yeah, so that is what I can do at the moment. So if you design a cars, people's, yeah, that's what you can do. So another way you can design a city, 5 different house, and pack it nicely. Because let's say I want to pack like a city, I can pack it like, if I put it here, I can put like this is a desert there. I can put it somewhere here. Just make it the smaller size and put somewhere like this. That's how you can do, and just duplicate. But now you can design 5 different houses like this. Will allow you to create a small city and also can design a hood. You can use a pattern. As I said, the purpose of this tutorial is about the Parttren tool. So we came at the end of the video. See you for the next video.